I received many emails from Muslims, and I don't have time to answer them all, but I thought I would answer this Sarah Rashid here and let you all see what she has to say and what's troubling her. She's writing in regards to my video, Filthy Teachings That Muslim Men Practice, when I made a video about the Ayatollah Khomeini. She wrote here, she said, "You called female Muslims cows. You called me a cow and you don't even know me." Well, Sarah, I didn't call you a cow. I'm simply saying that Islam treats you like you are a cow, as if you are a possession, something to be owned and controlled, and one of many. So if a man has 4 or 9 wives, don't you think that he's filling up his barn? How can you have an intimate relationship with a husband if he is having the same intimate relationship with 3 or 8 other women? I'm going to go to the Quran now and show you why I felt that you are like a cow in Islam. Here is the Quran browser, and I've typed in 4:3, and we'll hit retrieve and bring up the verses. Yosef Ali would have been my first pick, but he is lying in his translation, so I'm going to go on and look at someone else. He wrote 2 or 3 or 4 women, but that's incorrect. So we're going to go to Shakir, who's a little more honest in his translation. He says, "Marry such women as seem good to you, 2 and 3 and 4." Well, Sarah, the Arabic word is wa, and that means and, right? 2 and 3 and 4. You can go and check it out. And so this adds up actually to 9. 2 and 3 and 4. That's 9, because Muhammad had 9 wives. So some people they translate this as up to 4, and other people translate it as up to 9. But Muhammad took it as 9. And by the way, since I'm right here, I'll just touch on this word marry. It didn't exist in the Arabic Quran. The word is fankaho in the Quran, which is F. Allah doesn't know the word marry. He instructs his men to F such women as seem good to you, 2 and 3 and 4. Well, Sarah, this is definitely like a barnyard, if you ask me. Let me go on here and show you some other things after we get back to your video. Let's see. I want to know what else is troubling you. You have no idea what you're talking about, and you had the audacity to curse a man, a great man. Wow, a great man who had PhDs and led revolutions from another country. A very respectable man, saying that he had red eyes and seems on fire. What is that really? He got his teachings from Allah and Muhammad? Well, Sarah, yes, he did. He got his teachings from Allah and Muhammad, and I'm going to show you that in a second. You speak about the Ayatollah Khomeini as a respectable man, right? Well, let me show you. This is the Ayatollah Khomeini's book. You can get a hold of it and read it for yourself. The Ayatollah taught that a man can have sodomy with a young child, and if he rips her internal organs apart when he does it, she won't count as one of his 4 permanent wives. Quite frankly, I wouldn't call this a respectable man, a good man. I would call this a filthy man with filthy teachings. And I do back that up, that he got his teachings about child sex from the Quran. I'm going to show you that right now. Here's the Quran, Yosef Ali's version on the Quran, 65 verse 4. "Such of your women who have passed the age of monthly courses, for them the prescribed period, if you have any doubts, is 3 months, and for those who have no courses." Let's look at another translation of the Quran for the same verse. Here we have Sher Ali on 65:4. "And if you are in doubt as to the prescribed period for such of your women who have despaired of monthly courses, then know that the prescribed period for them is 3 months, and also for such as do not have their monthly courses yet." Sarah, we need to question this. What does this mean, those who don't have their monthly courses yet? It's not up to us, as I've said to many Muslims, it's not up to us to explain what the Quran is saying by our minds or our wishful thinking. We need to go to the tafsirs and see what they have to say, because those are the words of Muhammad and they explain what the Quran means. So let's go now and see. Here is the tafsir of Ibn Kathir, and he says, the same for the young who have not reached the age of menstruation, their iddah is 3 months. Well, you know, Sarah, there is no iddah period for the marriage that hasn't been consummated. So we have to ask, who are these young people? Who are these young who haven't reached the age of menstruation? They are children. They are children, Sarah. And your book is telling you how men can divorce little children after they sexed them. This is immoral. This is a sin, a huge sin, which proves also that the Quran is written by a man and not God. The other thing I wanted to say to you is that I think that Muslim women are treated like cows in a barnyard if a man has multiple wives, and I'm going to tell you why. You know, there is a hadith where Muhammad wrote that he didn't like what Fatima doesn't like, and what hurts Fatima hurts him. And the reason he wrote this and said these things, actually, was because Fatima didn't want to be married to a man that had multiple wives. So Muhammad didn't allow Ali to marry other women while he was married to his stepdaughter Fatima. And you know, it's not hard for us to figure out what that was all about. It's obviously pretty clear from a woman's perspective that she doesn't like to share her intimacy with her husband. She doesn't want to share time and wealth and partnership, care, responsibility, work, trust, unity, faithfulness, companionship, the works. She doesn't want to share that. So Muhammad, he said, he doesn't like what Fatima doesn't like. But the fact is Muhammad was a hypocrite because he didn't care about his own life in regards to, you know, to what women cared about, because he went on and had he had 9 wives at one time. He didn't care about their feelings, that they didn't want to share their intimacy. So he was a hypocrite for sure when you think about it. Let's go on and see what else you have to say here. You said Allah is just the Arabic word for God. Well, that's right. Allah is just the Arabic word for God. We don't dispute that. But who is he, Sarah? Who is your God? What is the personal name of your God? Don't give us his attributes. I don't want to hear those 99 attributes you have for him. I want to know what is his personal name. Can you tell me? The other thing you say is Allah is the same Allah of Moses, Jesus, and Muhammad. Well, this is incorrect. You don't have Jesus in your Quran. You have a fellow named Isa, and Isa is not Jesus. The proof is in Surah 19, verse 28 and 29, and Surah 25, verse 37. I want you to know that Isa in the Quran is the son of Mary, the daughter of Imran, the father of Moses, Aaron, and Mary, and they lived 1570 years before Mary, the mother of Jesus Christ. Check out the Holy Bible, Numbers 26, verse 59, and you'll make the comparison between all these verses, and you'll see that when Muhammad wrote the Quran, he was a very confused man. He didn't know what he was talking about. What else do you say? You say so much here. I just don't have time to speak about all of it. You think that we invented every twisted and sick and perverted act in the history of mankind in the West, but you're wrong. Don't you know that every twisted and sick and perverted sex acts have existed for eternity? Don't you know that you are not the first generation that thought about twisted sex and perversion? I'm sorry, the West is a new world. All of these horrible, disgusting things, they existed, well, even in Muhammad's time. He was the father of such things. All right, let's see. Muslims perverted permit the marriage of 9-year-old girls. Well, yeah, I just showed you that. I just showed you that. You say our religion never said you could do that stuff. Well, I showed you that already. I think we're pretty finished, and I hope that you don't email me again. I hope you instead spend your time studying and realizing that Islam is a false religion for men. Okay, God bless you all. Until next time.